Okay, so yeah, I had some fun and games yesterday, and I mean the biggest problem obviously was that my Di2 decided not to work after I did some short videos, which you should be able to see on my shorts channel, having a play with that, see if it works or doesn't work. As ever, that's what you can do with things like shorts. You know, shorts the videos, not shorts, isn't it? But yeah, so I basically I had the Explorer out of action whilst I cleaned it and sorted out the saddle. I finally cleaned it and sorted out the saddle, but I pulled out the cable, and I honestly thought that I'd put that back in again. Now, I'll find out in a minute whether I have or not. But as you can imagine, when I got onto the bike and there was no gear changing, I mean, the bike felt beautiful, right? I'd got the saddle perfect height. I'd put some more squirt into the chain as a stopgap for one of the videos showing you how I keep my chains. I mean, literally, I haven't swapped a chain other than wanting to for a while since I've been doing the way that I wash and wax my chains. And obviously I measure them periodically to check, but I mean, literally they take so long to even hit the 0.7 mark. And obviously, you know, some of you are saying, well, yeah, if you don't do the kilometers you do. I still do thousands of kilometers a year, and even though I do have a few bikes, I am quite OCD in that one bike usually gets a lot of use and then another bike gets a lot of use. I don't constantly change them. And you can hear the planes are back. But so you imagine I get onto my bike and gears don't work, and obviously I then try and see if I can quickly connect via the eTube project. No, eTube project just goes around in a circle saying, I think I need to update myself. Here's a cue for anybody. I spent ages developing apps for people. Never, ever, ever, ever interrupt a person with an app update. It's just frustrating, especially something that is not used very often. You have to alert them, you have to tell them, please, you know, update this. But, you know, seriously, if it worked the last time, anything that you should have done or could have done in the next update should be wonderful and super and add, but it should not make the previous version irrelevant. So please do not. I mean, it was just, anyway. So I came back and I got on the Strada, which was a pleasure because I was actually going to ride the Strada. I'd pumped the tyres up, I checked it. The brakes need doing. It needs a lot of love, right? So it needs the front. I've got some bearings for the front, long overdue. The bottom bracket, when I was in Mallorca, for some days it was fine. Another day it made the most horrendous noise. That needs doing as per my previous video. I'm going to open that up as well as the Trek that you can see there. But yeah, I got onto my, you can imagine as I got onto my bike, and of course the power was not there, and nothing was there. So the other thing that's really annoying is that we've now had 3 updates on the, so I got very excited with an update for the Karoo, and one of the updates was that we can use Ant Plus lights, and I have some Ant Plus lights. These are amazing. I really do like the icon lights, and the reason being is that the way that they flash and bright can be seen without it being too obtrusive. So right now I've had the use exposure, which I really, really like, but some people in group rides report it to be a bit annoying, which again, a lot of people say, well, you're always at the back anyway, but I do, when it goes downhill or on flat every so often, I'm annoying and put out the watts. And despite being slightly unfit and overweight, I can be in front. And yeah, it does annoy people, which is not great, but then I suppose it could be a good strategy to get, you know, people in front all the time. But no, it's not good. And however, I kind of like that light still, because I think, well, if it annoys other cyclists directly behind me, well, A, I don't want them to be that close anyway, because a lot of people try and draft way too close. But secondly, the biggest problem I see using lights versus not using lights in the daytime is that people pass you closer, not, you know, when you don't have lights, not because of anything other else than they just haven't seen you until they're on top of you. And when I have bright lights like these, you know, not the kind of low lights, but, you know, things that are in excess of 50, 60 lumens, or closer to the 100 lumens, I think that these are, or 300 lumens, the reason they pass you wider is just because they've seen you before, and that is very important. I tend to look over my shoulder a lot to try and see cars every time I hear a car, anytime I hear someone doing something weird, but even still, it's good to know that the light has kind of got your back. But so I got very excited that, you know, they should, in theory, as I start my ride, they should light up. So let's start my ride. Do they light up? No. Pause my ride? No. End my ride? Yep. I'm sure I want to end that. And yeah, just very, very annoying. I'll show you quickly where they are. Yeah, I don't care. So in the settings, you can go and see the sensors, in sensors. So you can see my two lights. I've renamed one of them. I haven't renamed the other one. Let's see if I can do that. And it'll refocus. Yeah. Hey, it's refocused. Is it going to come back? And it's come back. I'm using a new lens. I don't know if you can see that or not. But yeah, I mean, so I can go in there and I can see them, and I can see ACE. I can see that it is connected. And I can even set how I want it to be connected. But I can't turn it on or off. And I've even got the light mode showing off. Oh yes, I know it's off. So yeah, I mean, I can turn it on. And it's now seeing that it is in fast flash. So it's instantly recognized it. And so, yeah, I mean, and as you can see, this is a fantastic light for, it's probably, yeah, the camera's going to get confused with that. And I'm going to turn it off now, and it shows off. It'd be nice because this also has a theft version, theft deterrent, and obviously I take this with me. It's not a big thing. However, the one thing I will say, I have now been working in telecoms for 20 years, over 20 years, and I won a DTI, Department of Trade and Industry Innovation Award for the use of Bluetooth and Wi-Fi back when nobody really used Bluetooth and Wi-Fi. And so I've been through this pain of having something like Ant Plus and Bluetooth. Now, honestly, to put Ant and Bluetooth onto this device and onto this device took huge amounts of efforts, not just from the bodies that make the standards, but also from the people who integrate the software and put it on, right? And so to go the 90x% of the time and effort to get this doing Ant Plus and getting it on there, and someone, for example, I've seen in the comments, somebody's put submitted that the Bontrager light doesn't work, so they went and did something. But I put that these didn't work. You know, these are, I've contacted C-Sense a few times. They respond instantly. It's not that, you know, it's not one of these big companies that you email and you never get anything back from them. They will respond, but they just, you know, somebody somewhere can't be bothered. I don't know whether it's Hammerhead can't be bothered contacting them, or Hammerhead have contacted them and they have to do an update. But it's now been 3 firmware updates here. I've done a firmware update here, and they still don't work. There is no point having a standard like Ant Plus charging more for these lights. I have 6 of their other lights already. I don't need to buy an Ant Plus light thinking, guess what, that will integrate with this at some point, to find that nobody can be bothered actually making it work in the end. It's just pointless. Make it work. It's Ant Plus. It's not sending a rocket to the moon. It's not a gyroscope to make a one wheel stay vertical. It is Ant Plus on and off. Guys, it's a toggle switch. Make it work. Seriously. It's just the difference between good and not good. It's just a difference. It's just, there is no point, again, I'll say there's no point going to 99% of the effort to make everything work to the point that it doesn't quite work properly and then give up. There's no point releasing software every 2 weeks if we've now had 3 of those cycles in 6 weeks. and Ant Plus light that's been in the market for 2 years, 3 years. Ant Plus is not new, doesn't work. And now I need a coffee, and I need to relax, and I need to chill out, and I probably need to ride my bike. Lovely day in London. It's going to rain tomorrow, so I better get to the wood in and fix the insulation in my shed. Let me know if you think it sounds better. I do like my shed. I do. Anyway, on to the next one.